the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move.
What is up? We are in here for the final round before we head to outdoors for a pro motocross, which will be in 2 weeks' time, I do believe, because I think we're doing the week after to try to get the most accurate, replica ones. No, looks like I'm getting messages from people. All right, just give me 1 second. But yeah, tonight is in fact the night, Alex. You got the one title for your team in Cam, looking to get. Is Rack still on Moto Academy? I never know. I've seen hop like 3 teams this year. You're not gonna get one with Ken's because I don't think he's racing. Okay, so you have a shot to get 2 titles tonight. Not for EU. You already got the one. Can't get the second one because Ken's is having a life. He's actually touching grass compared to the rest of us. So there's that for him. Let me get this all set up. Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm not fucking blaming him, dude. That's what I do. That's why I didn't race all last year. I was out having a life. Of course not, you bitch. Okay. Oh my god. Hopefully I got him. Alright. Sorry about that little distraction. I was getting some stuff ready. But let me do this. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Ken's basically had it, but then, like I said, chose life. So, hey, there's that. So instead, Murda will get that one for AEO. I think he's still on, yeah. So there's that. Gonna fade to that screen. Yeah, WM. He's been in the game a while. Former teammate getting it done. Didn't talk to him once when we were teammates, but we were teammates at one point. But yeah, here's your only top 10s from both of them make it. So clearly down to Nick MX. And then all the way down to Josh. So Gurn's in. Gurn's in this thing. Let's go Gurn. Shout out Gurn. That's the boys. It's the boy right there. And then top 10. So down to Remy for this one. And Colt. So. I'll probably watch. Fuck, I don't even know. Shit, I'll decide. I'll decide which one. I'll decide that. Then we go to 450s. You got Neon Boy, TJ, Jake, Dorian Merritt, and then Rux, HM, Dizzle, and so on and so forth. Makes Pumbaa go all the way down. Panda's in there. Hey, there's Panda. Let's go. Troy, P2 and quali. Okay, Troy. Difficult tracks are yours, I guess. Sorry if you hear all that rattling. That's my dog in the background. Just lay on the blanket, dude. Quit fucking rolling around on my bed. But yeah, Cam 252 strokes out there. Got panned on the KTM 450. So, since West Heat is wrapped up, yeah, fuck it, we'll watch it. It's not wrapped up actually, officially wrapped up. All right. Okay, that's nope. Don't want to do that. There. Okay, so. Oh, wrong playlist. There we go. I got music now to where it just won't show up on the VOD, so. You know, you won't hear it back on Twitch. You don't hear it anyways, because Twitch mutes it, so. Now I could just play it here for people who are chilling while waiting to load in. I know I got some skins from AEO. Did they get a red plate in there for the guy? Thank you, Remington. I want to see if they got some red plates for you. HW has skins. I'm gonna find him. Waffle Slayer's on a Cowie. Murda ain't getting nothing made. So we take he's done a new system where he waits 10 minutes, so he puts up the lobby. Once it's the 10-minute mark, then he starts it. Right now we got 50 seconds to wait that mark. So, and plus someone just disconnected and reconnected, so there's that. But yeah, he just waits 10 minutes because for some reason people need to take that long to join a lobby. I know I just ran an ad, so you probably can't hear any of this, but... All right, 250 West Heat. All right. First heat race of the night. We got the West Heat with Josh, Lanson, Gurn, RW, Smiles, Redo, Humbo, Yoda, Murda, who is going to be your champ, HW, Waff Slayer on the Cowie, Dequil, Jam, Nico, Connor, Hayden, Mantis, Aaron, and Valentine. Left-handed start. We'll see who gets a jump. Gates down. Looks like it's Aaron from the inside with Murda in P2 coming around the corner. Someone gets sent flying. Murda is kind of pushed wide. It's going to be Connor with the whole shot over Aaron. Then you got Mantis and Jam going down the inside into the whoop section. Ballsy play there for them. Absolutely no drive into it. Valentine's going to get by almost all of them here, along with Yoda on the outside. Yoda, who was in early contention for at least a top 5 or maybe even a podium early on in this West Coast Championship. Then they had the long break, and he just could not perform whenever it came to those East-West showdowns. It kind of fell out of there. Murda gets pushed over the berm. And Redo over the bars. He goes to getting into him at double city here for these 250 class. But up front, it is still Connor leading the way over Aaron. The Mantis flipping on the start straight, taking Smiles down with them. They got Gurn and Waff Slayer. Really rooting for Waff Slayer on the Cowie. Oh, gets pushed out of the way, out of the line. Some of these guys getting that triple there. Looks like Hayden was one of them. Some of these guys going outside to go double because they can't go inside, get the double cross start. Go for the triple. Tires are kind of spinning on that start. Looks like Dequil and Mantis didn't want to make that turn. Gurn's struggling getting into the whoops here. And then Dequil just said, screw the whoop section. I'm going all the way around it. I don't care. Give me the cuts. And through they go. So it is Aaron leading the way on his ETO machine. Then we have Valentine and Jam, Yoda, Murda. Then we see Connor, Hayden, and then Waff Slayer in that P8. P9 is Mantis, but Dequil is right behind him. But he has 3 seconds to cut, so JR Nico is technically in that P10 spot. But Redo tried taking the line away and takes them both down. And just like that, both of them are down and almost out of contention with 4 minutes remaining almost. But through the whoops they go. Dequil holding on strong with Mantis right behind him. Slayer, ballsy move, got the KX250 here. Don't really know how that rides. It's got to be not good. It was good maybe about 2 betas ago. Oh, he gets the triple in, and then he has to double. Because we've been watching E's for the past, like, 14 weeks. Figured give these guys some shine since we haven't seen them since, like, round 5 or 6. Obviously, we see them in East-West showdowns, but that's only have 2 since round 6. But then it, like, also the championship was still kind of open, but Ken's didn't show up, so, and all the other ones of, 450 and East have all been wrapped up around early. This one basically wrapped up around early because no Kens and P3 of Zach, who also did not show up. So Murda is basically the only top guy in the top 3 to actually show up here for the final round. But through this section, Mantis. Then you got Humbo, who's in that final transfer spot because Mantis has a second of cuts here. Fuck. And Nico getting into the mix here. Made quite a few mains. Waffle Slayer over the bars. Looks like Connor, who's leading early, doesn't go down, but he does a bunch of flips off to the side of the track. And then Nico checking up to go double-double. Mantis case the triple. That helps out Nico big time. So now it puts him up to P7 after all those crashes from everyone else. And there's Connor. HW, we finally see who got the win last week in Denver. We're not seeing him in the mix here. And then Nico down off the side of the track. Oh, and it looks like Connor and Mantis are down together here at the end of the rhythm section. Oh, and Connor not happy with him, but takes himself down. Not the play there. Goes for the triple in, gets it cleanly. Redo kind of lands on him while they're doing opposite rhythms, and down he went. Connor goes for the triple, cases tiny bit. And then you see RW. Oh, down with Humbo. Got 30 seconds remaining here. Absolutely airing it out there. Connor gets the triple, but Mantis down in front of him, takes him down with him. And through we go. Oh, it looks like Smiles is down just up ahead. This is actually for not transfer position. Nico's in it. Or really DQ is, or DQuill. But he has a bunch of cuts. Oh, and Nico's down in the whoops, but he has less cuts than Mantis, so he just has to stay within a second of him. Time has expired, and they have taken the white flag. And it is, if we go up ahead, there's Latson. Oh, it is Valentine, who is your leader over Aaron. Has less cuts as well. Through the whoop section, coming up to the sand, he's got RW as a lapper. But Valentine coming around to the final corner. Lets him go. And he's going to take the victory here in the West Heat with Aaron getting P2. Then we go back here with Mantis and Smiles. JR to Nico. He's in that final transfer spot. Oh, don't want to go down now. Inside in the whoops. He's not going to have a big drive. He's got to stay within a second. Tries cutting over. Down he goes. And that cost him the final transfer spot. Mantis around the inside. Gets across the line, but Smiles is close enough to take it away from him by a 1/10 of a second. So Smiles is going to go through. It's going to be Valentine, Aaron, Hayden, HW, Jam, Murda, Yoda, DQuill, and Smiles going on through. Everyone else is going to that LCQ. But next we are going to be watching the 450 LCQ. Yeah, LCQ's up now, but fuck. Well, cause I was like, oh, I'm talking, and then I look over at my OBS and I realize, oh, my mic ain't going up. So, yeah. I guess here we go for the fourth DLCQ. Finally, we'll see what happens. Gate is down. Who gets a good jump here? Chromesy from the middle into the first corner. Looks like Pix is going to absolutely move everyone. Sorry, Plix, that is. Then Vendrami. Then we got Coopers. Oh, Vendrami down the inside. We'll see if he gets a good drive to the loops. Plix gets an even better one down the left-hand side. Outside of the sand he goes. Oh, and Vendrami plays some good defense there. He's going to take the inside line. Then he got Dark and Puma right behind him. And, yeah. That's the name. Through the go Vendrami leading the way early. Plix, Dark, and it looks like TK getting down the inside of Rux. Rux qualified fairly high, which I've never really seen his name. It could be something that's been down lower, but he qualified, I think, probably top 10 this week, maybe top 20. But here he's in the LCQ, so maybe we got a hot lap hero here. Takes the inside line past Dark. We'll see if TK can follow him on through, as now that is up to P3 for Rux. And then we got Plix just ahead of him, with Dark trying to make some moves now. Look, all of them taking the inside rut to go, or actually there's no rut, just the inside. It's the triples all the way through. It looks like Plix had a little bit of trouble, seems to have caught up to him. And it looks like down the inside goes Rux, tries to make the pass, doubles in. Dark gets the triple. We'll see if he has enough drive. Gonna go outside to go double here. Can he get the triple? No, he's gonna check up and go double into the corner. Through the whoop section. We'll see if Rux has the drive down the right-hand side. Oh, Plix over the bars. From flipping down he goes. And Dark is gonna get on by him. Is anyone close enough? No, TK is going down and takes Chromesy with him. And we got Leo, Lorcol, then Pumbaa in the background flipping through the sand. Oh, and it looks like Chromesy and TK are stuck again, so Leo's going to get by him into P5, but they are now 7 seconds back from a transfer position. See if they can catch up to him, but TK, oh, makes a mistake there. Chromesy's going to jump by, Lorcol jumps by, Pumbaa jumps by him. But Leo is still second in this group, but they got a long ways to go. You see them hitting the first rhythm section for the transfer position, going the opposite way here. Chromesy just missing the rhythm. Leo's going to go outside. Oh, TK went flying into the opposite lane. Leo, does he get the triple? He does, ahead of both of them. Pumbaa makes the move on him. And in P5 he goes, but then he hits the tough blocks, and everyone's getting squirrely in the whoops. Leo is down, with Pumbaa trying to get ahead of him to, make a run at that P4 spot of Plix. But he is, in fact, 9 seconds down on track. That puts him up an extra 2 to make it about 12, 11 seconds with his cuts. So it's Rux in P2, Vendrami leading the way. And then you got Dark and Plix in the P3 and P4 spot. Mistake from Plix, but like I said, he's got plenty of time. He's got almost 10 seconds back to Chromesy, as Pumbaa has those 2 seconds of cuts. This is the final race of the Supercross season. Through the loop section. Through the sand, going all the way around the outside. Oh, and tucks the front end there in the final corner. And we'll see if Pumbaa can close in. He's got 10 seconds with his cuts. He's 8 seconds back on track. Again, you get the triple. He barely cased it there, but he's going to be just fine. And time is going to expire. There's Rux. Where's Vendrami? Cross the line with 1 second to go, so 2 laps here. Not what Plix wants to see. But like I said, he still has that immense amount of time over Pumbaa. So it's down to 8 seconds, though. Maybe 9. Case of the finish line for Pumbaa. See if he could close in here. But he's doubling the rhythm section, looking like a 250 rider out here. Can he get the triple out? Barely case that. Looks like Plix had a problem of his own because time has not changed and Plix is down. So let's keep an eye on him as Vendrami is coming to take the white flag here in the 450 LCQ. A case for Plix. He's got to hold on here for another lap. He's got the whoop section, the sand, and then a lap to go. Gets through this clean. Chromzy's down in the background, so he doesn't have to worry about Chromzy. Just has to worry about Pumbaa. And Pumbaa has those 2 seconds, so really he's got, even if he gets past, he has to stay 2 seconds in. But I think Pumbaa made a mistake. Yes, he did. He went down in the whoop section or the sand. So that cost him all the time, but we're going to see if Plix can hold on here. He's got about 2, maybe 3 more rhythm sections to go. Or 2 rhythm sections and a whoop section. Looks like Vendrami might be struggling a little bit through the rhythm, but he's got a big enough lead. Down the inside goes Plix. Vendrami is going to take the LCQ win over Rux. And then you see Dark just up ahead of Plix here through the sand. One more time. It's going to be Dark and then Plix are going to be your final 2 to make it into the final main event of the year for the 450 class. Just missing out is going to be Chromzy, Pumbaa, and then it is going to be Cooper. Don't know how to pronounce that name. Thank God he didn't make it, man. Jesus. Didn't want to worry about pronouncing that, the main event. Peter Larker, Quicks, Jamie, Larico, Leo, Meeks, TK, AK, and Scally are all the riders who did not make it through this LCQ. And so now we're going on to the 10th and final main event for both coasts on the 250 class. And then we're going to go to the 17th main event for 450. Like I said, though, with no Kens showing up, it does show that, Murda only has a 3-point lead, but no Kens or Zach. So that means that Murda does have this thing wrapped up. Cam wrapped up his title last week, winning on the 250 two-stroke. I think he's going to do it again. Fair enough for Zach. And then, obviously, Brad wrapped it up over KFC. I don't see KFC making 25 points, but all right, let's see. We got HW, Valentine, Jam, Hayden, Aaron, Murda, Dequil, Froxy, KFC, Zaire. Fuck, I forget how to pronounce his name after 1 week not with him. I think Zaire. Yoda, Venet, Smiles, Lipasek, Brad, Cloud, J-Town, Wyatt, Colt, Keelan, Connor, Humbo. Time to see who gets a good jump here. I'm going to keep an eye here. Revs are up. Gate is down. Who gets a good one? Looks like Froxy a little bit. Aaron is going to get the whole shot. No, it's HW with Valentine jumping on his head. And Froxy jumping to the early race lead here. Trying to add another win to his tally. But Valentine down the left-hand side of the whoops is Froxy. Just absolutely cannot hit him. Looking like J-Coop out there. But Valentine into the early race lead on that SKR machine. With Wyatt, Aaron, Zaire down the inside of Aaron. Cannot make anything happen. Sounds about right, Cam. Oh, Zaire gets landed on by Aaron, tripling in. Froxy trying to get his way through the rim section. Everyone having a double. But it's still going to be Valentine leading early here over Aaron. Froxy looking down the inside of Wyatt. Oh, and Wyatt takes the line away from Froxy. And you got Cloud and Murda right behind him. Wyatt down, getting the triple in. Froxy off the side of the track, getting some cuts there. Looks like Cloud cutting down. Oh, he gets the double. Couldn't get the triple, though. All right, Alex. Good to know, bud. Oh, it looks like Valentine had some mistakes, so Aaron is to the lead with Froxy in P3 now. Froxy on the outside before the finish to get a good drive. Still Bone Air's the finish. Couldn't get the drive. He's going to have to double this whole rim section. Valentine cased the triple, and he's going to make a ton of mistakes. Murda getting the triple all the way through. Absolutely flying past these guys. Let's see if he makes a pass on Froxy down the inside. He does. Froxy cuts back under. Murda, can he get the drive? He has the inside line. Makes Froxy go second line. But Froxy holding on tough and fighting. Gets the triple from the inside. Murda cases Valentine. Tries to go on by him, but gets clipped, and down he goes. And Cloud is going to get by him in P3. And now we see Brad. Now we finally see the two champions from East and West get to have a battle here with Brad, the East champion, and Murda is the West champion with no Kens or Zach this week. But Murda over the bars, and Brad is going to get right on by him. And Cloud makes a mistake. Kind of collides with Brad, and he goes down. So Brad is up into P4 now. Oh, he's actually scrubbing the finish line compared to everyone else. He's got KFC right behind Brad, who is P2 in the championship for East Coast. Case is the second triple, down he goes. So Brad is going to get on by him. Or stay ahead of him, sorry. See if Froxy's closing in. He's jumping off the side of the track, trying to get some even more cuts. And you see Aaron just up ahead of him, who is still leading this thing on that 753 machine. Led quite a bit of his heat race, got P2 by the end of it, lost out to Valentine. Oh, just like that, we have our first quitter. 3 minutes in. Let's go, boys. Then we got Froxy sitting in P2. He still has that second of cuts. Brad is up to P3 now. We'll see if he can move to the front. He had a horrible start, but we've seen it many times where he has a horrible start and somehow charges his way all the way to the front. But now he has, the competition of both coasts. See if he could fight his way on through. Into the switchback area. Can he get the triple? He gets it cleanly. Doubles on the start. And then we have Froxy closing in on Aaron in the triple single. And Aaron over the berm, so Froxy gets on by him. Aaron trying to come back on in the middle of the loops. That's never a good call. And down he went. Brad, oh my God, I think he clipped him, but somehow does not go down. So Brad is into P2, chasing down Froxy. And now, oh my God, Hayden and Humbo both gone, just like that. Well, we got Brad and Froxy, two of the East Coast riders. KFC, another one. In P4, Valentine, I think, is a West Coast rider. We got Aaron. For once, KFC does not have cuts and is passing people because of it. A rare sight to see here. Only took 10 rounds of racing East Coast to finally make it happen. But here they come into the whoop section here. See if KFC can get a drive. Looks like Valentine is down at the end of it. KFC and Aaron are both going to get by here. And that'll put KFC into P3 with Aaron having 2 seconds of cuts. So this is your fight for P3. Both get the triple. And we get the next one cleanly and then double into this right 90. Looking down the right-hand side is KFC. Looks like he was wheeling down that straight. Gets right on by him. Into the switchbacks they go. And now it is 1, 2, 3 all East Coast riders with, those three also being the top 3 in the championship standings. Fountain going down in the background. We see Yoda and Murda moving along. Like I said, in the heat race, Yoda was kind of up there early on in the championship. Not saying he was up there for, you know, wins or anything, but he definitely was fighting for podiums, was top 5 for a lot of it. And I can't remember if he got suspended or not, but he missed a round. And then, unfortunately, it just unraveled in those East-West showdowns where I think he only made maybe one of them. So now this is his second one, and he missed the other one. I don't think I saw him last week in Denver either, so. Slowly remounting to kind of claw his way back to, you know, a good top 10 finish in the points at least. But let's see, Brad is on the back of KFC now for the lead. Has him on cuts. Through the whoops they go. He clips a top block. Front flips. Oh, almost saved it, but down he went. Smiles tried to avoid him. Somehow does not go down by going completely sideways in the whoops. You got Venet, who is a lapper, who is in 19th. So Brad was in the lead, went down, and now he has to rework his way to catch up to Froxy. Gets the triple in here clean. Gets the second one. It doesn't look like he's stretching him as much as the other guys. He scrubbed in the first one, scrubbed the third one, and wasn't like full on airing the thing out, air wheeling it to get the middle one. Gotta remember that in outdoors, if he chooses to stay on the 250, we'll see if he goes 450 as he's racing that for the GPs. If he chooses to go 250, we will see him running the number 1 plate. Oh, over the bars he goes in the whoops. Down he goes. KFC is going to make the pass. Into P2 he goes. The teammates sitting second and third, and now they just swap places just like that. These two were fighting for the championship. KFC left the Triple Crown, or at least left the final main event, and that cost him a bunch of points and gave Brad the chance to wrap it up in Philly. And he got it done in Philly. And now he was 25 points ahead coming into this one, which where he's finishing now, obviously, wouldn't even give KFC the chance to tie it with especially 2 people already retiring. Coming around the first rhythm section. Froxy now has an even bigger lead. It's up to 8-19. Oh, sorry, that was timing and scoring being weird on my end a little bit, because KFC went down as we went away from him for that little bit. That's why it was being all a little weird for me. It is 10 seconds on track, so it makes it about 9 after his cuts come into play for Froxy. See if he can add another win to his tally. I think this will be his second win, maybe his third. This would be his 4th win, sorry, to match Brad on the season. He was your points leader after round 1. Fortunately, just all fell apart for him, and then he even missed a round. And that's a round that Brad lapped everyone except for KFC, who finished second that night. Only lapping, looks like, 4 people as 2 have retired. As Brad just cannot get these whoops down, and he's down once again in them. Very rare to see these mistakes from Brad. Probably wasn't playing as much knowing he had the title all wrapped up. And KFC goes into P2, but he does have a second to cuts. Oh, barely made it. And now we have Aaron getting back into the mix. And Aaron slowly working his way. He does have those 2 seconds of cuts. So he just kind of came out of nowhere here. Through the whoop section. Can Brad figure it out? It looks a little sketchy for him. I think I saw KFC have some problems towards the end there as well. Oh, and over the bars he went, coming back on the start straight. Don't know what he could have clipped. But down he goes. And now Aaron is splitting him right down the middle here. As KFC's internet is being a little funky with them. They're doubling through the rhythm. KFC makes a pass down the inside after Aaron's mistake, so that gets him on track, not just timing and scoring. With J-Town, the lapper, just behind him. Aaron getting close to some tough blocks. Oof. I did notice that we saw in the heat race, saw Wolf Slayer on the, Cowboy. For once, he's been on the Yamaha all year. Tried to get her in there. He was in there for a bit. Ultimately did not make it, and looks like he did not make it through the LCQ either. So we just got the 2 Huskies and the 20 KTMs racing the 250 class. It looks like J-Town is trying to jump back by Aaron, who is a lap ahead of him. As Brad and KFC look to be battling, trying to get through lappers. There's Lipasek, who is constantly a P4, P5 guy for the East Coast. Down in 15th right now. Then they got Venet, and then they got Keelan of Elevate up ahead. Brad finally getting through the whoops clean, lap after lap now. Maybe too little, too late to catch up to Froxy, though. As Venet looked to try to get out of the way. Brad trying to hit the outside, but Venet is trying to hold the line there. And then HW goes down. Oh my god, Brad gets by him. KFC somehow squeezes on through. Brad cased the final triple. Case that one, so that's going to cost me more as Murda was just put a lap down in P10. And KFC misses the inside rut. HW is going to get back by him. HW was the only other person in West Coast besides Ken's to get a main event victory, and it looks like it's going to stay that way. Sorry, we're looking at Froxy there. There's Brad. Sorry, we're looking at Murda is what I meant. Then Brad lapping his teammate of Jam. So we got a minute and a half left. We'll see. I doubt Brad can gain the 9 seconds. Yeah. Tell you what, I definitely am not getting FOMO from commentating these races. I'm definitely prefer commentating over actually racing them. As Brad down the inside still gets the triple past Murda to lap him. Haven't watched Froxy much, so we're going to keep an eye on him here. Wearing the flow and, gray and purple kit on the Husky rider. On the Husky bike. More wins this year on Huskies than there were on KTMs. If he's able to hold this out, that would make it win number 10 on a Husky for the 250s, with Ken's winning 6 of them. And then, with HW, Brad, and KSC, it would only be 6 on the KTM. So a little surprising not seeing more people try to ride it. It's actually slowly losing time, though, with all these mistakes as we're watching him. Definitely not my intention, but does kind of come with being a commentator and having to watch the leader every now and then. 1 second is going to time expired white flag, so just in time, Froxy does not have to worry about Brad closing in and giving him another lap. But Yoda is down in front. Somehow it does not go down or gets an insanely quick reset. It's just going to double through the rhythm section here. Got the switchbacks. Down the inside. It's 5 seconds on track, so 4 seconds on timing and scoring. He has to hit everything perfect. See Brad dealing with the lappers, though. Gets the triple single through the whoop section. Gets it cleanly. He's got the sand turn. Gets that just fine. Coming into the final corner, Froxy is going to win the final round of the season to make it win number 4 here. And East Rider winning 2 of the 3 East-West Showdowns. Ken's winning the first one. Just makes him equal to Brad on it, but Brad is still your champion. He wrapped it up last week. Murda crossed the line. Nobody else racing this week. He is your West champion. So, Murda West, Brad East. East Coast looked to be a little bit better. You know, taking a podium sweep with Froxy, Brad, and KSC, and then Aaron of West Coast, along with Valentine as well. So, that is your finishing order. We have your 2 champions who are basically crowned going into this night. We also have a 450 champion who is already crowned of Cam. We'll see if he sticks it out with the 252 stroke as everyone crosses the line here. But 4 wins on the season for Froxy now, equaling Brad, like I said. And yeah. Fucking stupid mic. Stay. Alright. We got TJ, Trojan, Jake, Linz, Dorian, Merritt, Dizzle, Cam. We have his actual bike, the number 1. He's on a 2-stroker. It shows him on it. He's riding it on. It's a model slot for Husky. But then we got Callum, HM, J7, Neon, Nick, Boy, Davey, Yadad, Aiden, Panda, Pickle, Vendrami, Rux, Dark, Plix. Revs are up. Gates getting ready to drop, boys. See who gets it here. Gate is down. Looks to be someone from the middle. I think it's HM, Neon. Neon, but Jake is going to squeeze up the inside. Take the lead here. Not close enough to make anything happen in the title, but he is going to try to win the final round of the series. With Trojan following in pursuit with, looks like, Plix from the LCQ going over the bars ahead of Davies. And we got TJ, Boy, Pickle, Cam just in the background there. But it is Jake and Trojan out front early. I can already see the YouTube title, How I Won My First Aerial Pro SX Race. We'll see if he could get up there and get past Jake. He had the speed. He qualified P2 tonight. Going inside, could not get it. Almost goes over the bars. Boy is going to get it cleanly, though. Jump right on by him into P2. He's trying to add to his win mark. Or win tally, sorry. But Trojan right back on by him around the outside. They're all taking the inside here. Got that 450 power. And then Dizzle somehow up here in P4. Okay, Dizzle, okay. Hold it together there. We got Davey closing in right behind him. With, I think, Cam and Aiden just in the background here. Cam looking down the inside. Can he make the pass stick? Tries to close the door. Cannot. Jumps under him. Actually takes the line away. But Aiden is going to hold on there for that P6 spot. But he ends up going down by casing the triple in. Cam cases a triple out. But he somehow stays up with Neon just behind him. Oh, and it looks like Jake is down out of the lead. So that gives Trojan P1. Oh, and he's getting squirrely. The nerves are up. The heart rate has spiked. Oh, my God. Hold on to a Trojan. Come on. The nerves have skyrocketed for Trojan. Let's see, Boy, then we got Dizzle and Davey. Got the 3 Element FXR boys right behind Trojan, and then Dizzle just after them. Gets the triple in cleanly. Jake kind of cased, but he got it just fine. Gets the double cleanly. Jake elects to go outside before that over the start line. Can Boy make a move on him? We'll see. Can he get his, I think, second win of the season? Whereas Jake is trying to go after his third. Triple in. Gonna go double. Then you see Davey, Dizzle, and Cam in the background fighting here for P5. Cam on that 2v2 stroke, as you can hear. Gets the triple in cleanly. See if he makes a move. Dizzle kind of missed the inside rut, but it still gets it kind of clean. Can he get the double? Oh, barely case it. He's going to check up and go double single. His Boy makes a mistake. We'll see if Cam can get around the outside. Through the whoops he goes. And right on by him. Dizzle looking down the inside of Boy. We'll see if he can make a pass on him. Back into P5. Can he get the drive? He can't. So Boy is going to hold on there for P5. Looks like Trojan got a second to cuts, but Jake makes a mistake out of P2. So Trojan is going to pull away enough to retain the lead. And Dizzle trying to go around the outside of Boy. We'll see if he has a drive. Boy forces him to go to the full outside. Dizzle jumping across the track. He's going to have to go to the third rut here. He's going to have to check up and just go double, triple. I think that's what he's been doing all race, going for the consistent line. Then the, most fast is just gaining you a tenth by going, maybe at most half a second by going triple, double compared to double, triple. And then Cam trying to go around the outside of Jake. Cuts back across. Decides to think better of it and just fall in line on the inside. And then around the outside to get the triple in here. Gets it cleanly. Gets the second one. He's going to jump by Jake just like that. And the P2 Cam goes. Now he's going to set his sights after Trojan, who is 4 seconds up the road. 3 after timing and scoring comes into effect. But Jake trying to come back. Could not make it happen. Looks like Davey doing the double triple just like Dizzle was behind him. Jake missed the inside rut. Barely got that double to get the triple. It's holding on steady. But Davey makes a mistake in the loops and Boy goes right on through. So much action. We're only 6 minutes into this main event. Dizzle just in the background. I'm going to go back a little bit. Then you got Linz closing in on him. With Callum, Neon, and HM in that final top 10 spot. P10. But Cam's still ahead of Jake. Not fully closing in on Trojan. It's only been about a second. And about 2 laps. So still closing, but not as fast as we normally think. He's on that 252 stroke, though, so got to account for that. And through the sand, Trojan had some troubles there. So now Cam is almost within 1 second. It's going to be 1.6. It makes it 0.6 after that second of cuts is applied. Now we'll see if Trojan can hold on here for the lead. This Cam is keeping it close. I think you'll have him once timing and scoring updates. Through the whoop section they go. I know he said he could win it. Now he's just going to take it from him. Told him he could win tonight. Trojan gets in the lead, and he's going to take it away from him just like that. Into the lead he goes on timing and scoring. We'll see if he could get him on track. Trojan, tiny mistake. Triples on by. Cam is right into the lead there. And then just like that, Cam is in the lead over Trojan. Got a 3-second lead over Jake, and then 10 seconds over Davey and Boy. Looks like Dizzle has fallen down to P8. Mainly because of his cuts. He's still P7 on track. But P8 behind Callum because of his 1 second of cuts. Lets him on by. Knows he's probably quicker than him. And then Cam getting into lappers here. Then Benjami's down. Plix split him. Oh, Plix was down right in front of Trojan. Takes him almost down. He's going to get more cuts of it, though, or because of that. And Jake just barely squeaks by. So 11 minutes to go. I'm going to do a quick see how far apart this top 10 is. So there's Cam going on through, and then you're going to see everyone else go through as they scroll across. Leaderboard, there's Trojan, and then you're going to have Jake, and then Davey, Boy, Linz, Callum, Neon, Dizzle, and TJ in your 10th and final spot as they all go by here. Linz, Callum, and then you see Dizzle, Neon, and then there we'll see TJ just as he comes through in that P10 spot. And then Aiden, we've lost. He's all the way down in P15 now, so unusual for him. Unusual for his pace. Unfortunately, it's been happening too often for him this year. Oh, and Trojan closed in and lands on a lapper, so he closed in on Cam and just goes down like that by landing on a lapper. And it wasn't like, I don't think Cam was going it really that slow because he's 8 seconds ahead of Jake and Davies when it was, you know, not that far ahead when Trojan lost some time. I keep saying Davies instead of Davey, but so he's called Davies, so. But Trojan having to double here. It's unfortunate for him. He's losing time. And you see Jake trying to jump on through with Davey right behind him. And Boy following in pursuit. It's Aiden, Panda, and Rux about to get lapped by Cam. Through the loops he goes. On the two-stroke, trying to make it back-to-back weeks of winning on the two-stroke. Over the finish line he goes. I mean, this really just goes to show how dominant he's kind of been. He's been dominant ever since SMX of last year. Won that. Went into the offseason, did some offseason races. Actually went to and raced AOMX series that I kind of ran for a little bit. You know, against most of the same guys. He had TJ in there. Chase raced a little bit. Chase did occasionally get the better of him. You know, some NA guys. But then he still ended up winning that title. It was a 12-round outdoor title that he got that done. And now he comes into Supercross, gets 10 wins, wraps it up a round early. Now he's riding on the two-stroke, just having some fun. And still gets out here. Talking to him before the race, he was like, I think I'll still stick it out on the two-stroke. Track was a little challenging. And he's like, I got nothing to lose. He's like, I already got the title and all that. So, might as well go out there, try to have some fun on a different bike. And while all this is happening, I don't know if any of you guys are paying attention to the timing and scoring. We have lost Trojan. But Jake, Boy, Davey, Linz. Oh, there's Trojan. So it is now a 5-rider battle for P2. With Jake, Boy, and Linz the top 3 of it. Davey has some cuts. His Pickle's down on the left-hand side. So not only is Trojan not going to have a shot at the win after leading for about 10 minutes almost, He's unfortunately might not even have a shot at a top 5 now. Oh, his boy is down right in front of Linz, who somehow does not go down. But that's going to give Linz the P3 for another podium. He got a P2 at the Triple Crown in whatever Murda was. Seattle? No, it wasn't Seattle. Seattle's around 6. I'm blanking on it. I think East Rutherford was it, but I could be completely wrong. Or Cleveland? I don't know. One of them. I think Cleveland, maybe. Got a P2 overall by getting a win in the final, main event of that Triple Crown. As it looks like Jake is off the track, so that might give him some cuts. Yeah, it's kind of, hard to remember one of the, 7 rain races we had this year. For some reason. Because of, AMA decides Cleveland is a good spot and Seattle in freaking February isn't going to be raining. But Linz has a shot at a P2. He actually is in P2 now because of Jake's cuts. So now let's see if he could hold on to this. Started the year with the podium. We'll see if he could finish it. He's got 5 minutes, though. So nothing's set in stone, especially with Davey, Boy, and Trojan, and even Dizzle's still kind of there. To try and take it away from him as Rux moves out of the way for Jake and Linz here. Through the whoops. Linz is closing in on Jake. Ooh. I was watching Linz streams, as I do, because, it gives me a little suspect on what guys think. And, how they're going to, race this track, ride it. And he was going inside in the sand during qualifying. So maybe he saw the 2 feet riders or something, decided to swap it up. Or maybe it was just more consistent to hit that instead of... Inside might be quicker, but it's more consistent to go outside. But just keeping an eye on them. You just hear that 2-stroke just vaguely in the background of Cam. Oh, looks like Dizzle got passed by Callum. He's closing in, and Neon's closing in a little bit to get into that fight for a P5. He's about 10 seconds back from him, but, Trojan's right there in P6. But we're keeping an eye on this battle for P2 here between Linz and Jake, as Linz has him, because Jake has those 2 seconds of cuts. And mistake for him. Gonna have to double, and then he has to triple single into the corner. And that's gonna cost him that P2 on timing and scoring. But he's still close enough to make it happen. It's only a couple of tenths back because of it. And through they go. Through the sand section. I think he's close enough now. It looks like it. Yep. So now he has that P2 once again by a second. Going to move away from that real quick. Try to look at some other battles as we see Davey and Boy here with Trojan just behind them trying to get back in the mix for a P4. Trojan does have an extra second of cuts on him though. He's back too close to making this thing happen. Said Boy and Davey just right in front of him. Gets the triple in cleanly. Also in that red, oh, he kind of knifed it. Trojan did. Can he still get the triple? No, he's going to double here. So now Boy and Davey has that tiny bit more breathing room. As Boy is now right on the back of his teammate of Davey, trying to take away that P4. Oh, and Davey mistakes. The Boy's going to get right by him into P4. He goes, and Trojan is right there, still not giving up on this shot at a P4 himself. Gets the triple into the corner. He's trying to slingshot around the outside. Cuts back under. Inside line goes Trojan. Can he make the pass? Oh, not enough. I think he just got a little too much of a bounce trying to knife into that corner. Can he get the triple? He cased. Still gets the double. That might have been netcode that showed him casing it. Can he get the double across the start? Goes for it. Gets it cleanly. Gets the triple. So now he's right there. Into the whoop section they go. Gets a drive. Gets into there quicker than Davey does. Don't know if he can make a pass. Boy going to the inside because Dorian Merritt is on the outside as the lapper. Looks like what TJ did retire. Final race as the number 1. It's Trojan. Can he get it from the inside? Couldn't, but neither did Davey. Davey didn't get clean either. Gets triple into the corner, though. Inside goes Trojan once again and tucks the front end on the knife edge of that rut. And there is Nick, not enough for a pass. You see Dizzle just in the background with Neon and Cam coming to lap him. So Cam, who lapped Callum, his teammate. Neon lets him on through. Remember, these two were battling for a win the past 2 weeks, and now Cam is lapping Neon here in the final round of SX. He's got Dizzle just up the road, who's in P7. Best ride for Dizzle. I think it'd be his best main event finish ever if he holds this on. So good for him. He's been on my ass for talking shit to him too much. So I told him, well, you get your shit together. I'll talk good on you. And look at this. Yeah, too many sections and it caught up to him. I was telling Dizzle, ride better and don't start talking better. And look at this. He got a P7. Doing good here. Even has a slight chance of getting Troy for P6, but he's battling with Davey and them, and it looks like Davey went down with Dorian Merritt. And Dorian Merritt, tiny mistake there in the rut, so Dizzle closing in here. Time has expired. So now there's going to be 1 lap left to go here for Cam. But I need to go back. There's Jake and Linz who are in a fierce fight on timing and scoring for that P2 position. Jake in the midst of lappers. White flag has been waved. So 1 more lap for these guys. Can Linz stay close? Tiny mistake in the whoops. Jake get around the lappers. We'll see if Linz can get by him quickly. Went a little slow in the sand there. That cost him some time. He's got to gain a second on this last lap to get that P2 finish. Gonna have to move away from this for a bit to go find Cam. Through the whip section he goes. We'll cut back to it. He's got a 25-second gap till these guys cross the finish line. But Cam, 1 last corner to go. He's already wrapped up the title. Race the 2-stroke for the final 2 rounds, and he's going to win both of them. Bring his win tally to 11 through 17 rounds. What a win for him. Basically, we had 1 round canceled, so 11 out of 16 races he won, which is just amazing there. And then it looks like Jake pulled far enough away from Linz, so Jake is going to get the P2 just like in the championship. But for Linz, just the way he started the year with the podium in P3, he's going to finish it the same. P3 for Linz, adding another podium to his tally. No wins, unfortunately, this year. He got a Triple Crown win. That is all he could get. I think this is his first SX year where he goes without a win. And then it looks like Boy got P4, Trojan P5. Davey is going to cross the line in P6. And our boy Dizzle. Let's go, Dizzle. P7, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Cool. That's how it's done, Dizzle. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I've been saying. You had that pace all year. You just got to get it done, and he did. But going down the line, Neon 8th, Callum 9th, GS7 10th, Panda 11th, HM 12th, Nick 13th, Dark is 14th, Plix 15th, Aiden 16th, Pickle 17th, Dorian Mare 18th, Rux 19th, TJ for 20th, Venjami 21st, and Yadad for 22nd. That is your finishing order for the final round of EU 450 Supercross in the 2026 year. That is going to call it. I will see you boys in, I think, 2 weeks. Because we're doing a week after for motocross. So it's either 2 weeks or 3 weeks. You have to wait and see. Look in the Ariel Discord for that thing. But yeah. Till then, you guys are showing out. We might have multi-streaming then because I got better internet hopefully by then, and we could do YouTube shit as well. So, thank you guys for being with me. Always, for you guys for watching. Peace out until outdoors. We'll see y'all at Paula for round number 1. Peace.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me. Hypnotized,
Because I work on Mondays, that's why I don't stream GPs.
breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make
Yeah, not bad, Cam. Just remember to record next time.